does it look?
And I don't know, how does it look?
I think it looks good. It's hard to see when I'm this close.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right, darling. Get your stuff together.
Around
Here's
the bend. I love a crop.
so many props.
Oh, whoops. Okay, now we're good. Saddle up.
All your dials are dialed.
And dialed.
Do I need to scoot?
No,
You need to be closer to your mic than I do. If we're being honest.
If we are.
Hello.
Okay, hi, buenos noches.
Hello. Because when you start to go in the yellow, then it's a little
I
loud.
don't want to be in the yellow. No yellow for you.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait. Are you doing a commercial?
No, we'll do that. Remember, because you can do the pre and the post roll.
Yes.
So I'm going to try that out. So we can
Okay.
do that later.
Cool.
Welcome to the third episode of Skin in the City. I am your host and esthetician, Kasey Boone.
And I am the sidekick, Haley Kerfis.
I feel like I want to come up with like a better name than the sidekick. Like what, you know, I don't know if people listen to Howard Stern, but I love Howard Stern, and I feel like Haley's kind of like my Robin. But like, what is she? I don't know what
It's not a co-host.
It's not but kinda. You're just always there.
It's thank you. Always here.
Which is really, honestly, how our lives are, which is so funny. Like
it's a perfect role for me.
It is the perfect role. So yeah, sidekick for now is good. But if anyone has any good I want to come up with like a good name for Haley.
Yeah.
So we are on our third episode. Yay!
Go us.
Go us. The magazine has launched. If you haven't gotten it, go grab it. If you're not following us on Instagram, it's skin. Let's try again because I'm getting distracted by the garbage truck.
I'll let you guys know.
Okay, do it, Haley.
It's skin.and.city.
There you go. And also follow me at Glow Skincare LA. Today, I want to give you a glow tip. I was telling Haley, I actually emailed her yesterday. I'll just send Haley like these like brain dump emails, and she just knows they're like probably all the words are misspelled and like it doesn't make sense, but like when I read it in the morning I'll remember. So it's like I want to give you guys a glow tip, not a pro tip, a glow tip every time we do the podcast.
I love that. I think that's great.
So, right?
Yeah, it's fun.
We're just starting with a little glow tip, and you can hopefully use these glow tips in your treatment room, maybe at home. So today's glow tip is don't forget your eyes and your lips, okay? So I know this sounds really simple, but I feel like, I've had literally probably hundreds, if not thousands of facials over the years from many different estheticians all over the place. And sometimes, actually a lot of times, they forget to treat the eye area and the lip area, and I feel like I'll leave the facial with like these like dry, cracked, dehydrated lips like, help me, give me some moisture.
It's so true. And I mean, for me as, an expert facial receiver,
yeah,
when you use a little applicator with the enhance on the lip, it's just, you're like, okay, the facial's like done, like it's a nice send off and my lips feel good, and because they get extra dry after a facial.
They do.
Because you suck all the life out and then you're putting it back in.
And I feel like since you're like rehydrating the skin, then all of a sudden your lips are like, wait, where's mine?
Don't forget about me.
So don't forget about the eyes and the lips. And what Haley's talking about is the applicator cosmetic skincare. If you don't know them, check them out. They're my favorite skincare line. They have these really cool little applicators. It has like a little metal head, and I put mine in the mini fridge, and I have a bunch of them in my treatment room. You can also use these at home. And I'll put a little bit of the Opti Crystal eye cream and go around the orbital bone, and then I'll put a little bit of either Lumi Lip or the Enhance and put it on the lips. And like Haley said, it's just a really nice way to like finish off the facial, send it off. It feels like luxurious, and you're not just like slapping some lip balm on with like a Q-tip and then there's like fuzz on the like on your lip from the Q-tip. Like you know what I'm talking about if you're an esthetician, or maybe even if you're not. So I'm gonna tell you one more time, don't forget about the eyes and the lips, and do this at home too. I mean, every morning when I do my skincare, and I think you're the same way, Haley, I'm like eye cream and Lumi Crystal in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm literally staring at this package right now.
I know, it's the best. Lumi has changed my life, honestly.
Honestly, so Lumi Crystal and Opti Crystal from Cosmetics, they're our favorite. They actually have this really cute liquid crystal luxe set. So I'm showing it. We're recording today, so we're showing it.
A white moment.
Show us, Haley. Here, maybe you should hold it and
it's
like
really
do
cute.
it.
Yeah,
it's super
so
cute.
They come packaged together, which is great, and the packaging is just cute and kind of like wintry, and just I really like it, and it's a great deal to get both of them together because they have similar ingredients, right?
They both have the liquid crystals, which is absolutely incredible for keeping the lips, the eyes, the skin hydrated.
Yeah, I'm actually wearing Lumi Lip right now.
I am too.
Not a big shock though, to be honest.
Right. I mean, I put it on every morning.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an addiction, and it's not like one of those products that like you have to like keep putting on because then it's gonna like dry you out more. It actually is truly hydrating the lip area.
Right.
So, don't forget about the eyes and the lips. Try it out in your treatment room. I guarantee you that your clients are going to love it. All those little extra things, which kind of ties into what we wanted to talk about today. Haley and I went on a hike yesterday, and I had just recently got some Botox, and I've been on this Botox journey, you guys, finding the right person in the right studio with the right bedside manner. Like, I just want someone to give me a tiny bit of attention before they stab needles in my face.
This doesn't seem like a lot to ask for.
I don't ask for a lot. Just like, I don't even need my hand held. I'm not afraid. I mean, I've been getting Botox for a few years now. I love Botox. And like, honestly, Botox doesn't take like that much skill. But like, I want someone to like, I don't want to say hold my hand, but I want someone to give me the experience if I'm going to throw you hundreds of dollars.
Right. And it's every couple of months. You're seeing this person regularly. It's like you kind of want them to know, like, your name.
Yeah, like,
maybe.
hey girl, like, oh yes, you still have a little bit of Botox, but we should do here, here, and here to keep you even. And then I'm like, if you think I need something else, suggest it, you know?
Right.
Like, upsell me.
Yes.
You know? I was like, tell me I need a little whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll say yes, maybe I'll say no. But I just feel like I've literally gone to, and you know, if you listen to the last episode, then you know that I worked in a medical spa, and they had great customer service, you know? And that's why people would come back.
Right.
So, which brings me to what we want to talk about today is customer service. I feel like I get so many questions from estheticians who are asking, you know, how to build a clientele and why am I not busy and all these things. And I think you need to look at yourself and go, am I giving the customer service experience that I would want? Or maybe, and this is just coming to me, Haley, tell me what you think.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't even know what a good customer experience is.
Right. I mean, you know that you're getting this service, that you like the service, but you don't like the experience that you're getting when you're doing these Botox appointments.
Yeah.
But that's because you've had a good experience and you know what it should look like.
Right. And I work in the service industry. So it's like before I was an esthetician, I was waitressing, and then I was you know, a receptionist at multiple salons and spas, and then, you know, here I am as an esthetician. So I always worked in customer service, and I knew, or I figured out at a young age, even when I was waitressing, Haley waitress as well, you know, which has helped us in this industry, we know that if we give a little bit more, we're probably going to make a bigger tip, and we're probably going to get some bomb-ass regulars. Like, I know Haley, you know, Haley, when did you stop? Like a year ago?
Yeah. Which is so crazy.
So crazy.
Just over a year.
Yeah, just over a year ago, you were working at a brewery and a restaurant.
Yep.
And you had all your regulars.
Yeah, I had people, I only worked like the shifts I wanted to work, and it was like the same people I would see every single week, and they would come and just to sit in my section.
Yeah.
It's like I'm out of town and they're texting me like, why didn't you tell us you were going to be out of town? We probably would have eaten somewhere different because, you know.
Right. They want to see you.
Yeah, they want to see me.
They want the experience. Okay, so can you give like one or two things that anyone could apply really into any business that could make them stand out as far as customer service? Like, what do you think, like, give me two things that you did.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, the first thing that comes to mind is like try and remember something specific about this person. It's like, you know, for me, I had my memory is going with age, unfortunately, but back in the day, I would remember like their beer order, what they like to eat, like maybe their dog's name, like something like that, because people, that's how you build a connection, right? Part of this service is you want to be connected to your client, your customer, whoever it is. So when you're remembering something, it feels like a friend.
Yeah.
You know, and that is so important when you're building your roster and you're trying to have these regulars, right?
Yeah.
So trying to remember something specific that pertains just to this person, I would think that is my first tip. The second tip is don't be like so pushy. You know, you don't want to be like pushing stuff like,
yeah,
you want that next beer, you want to get another product, you want another facial, like you kind of want to guide, you know.
You want to guide and you want to basically say, okay, let's book your next facial, but you don't like push it. Do you want to do this add-on and this and this and this and this, unless they're like one of those add-on junkies. But right. I think you got to feel them out.
100%. And like, if they're giving you a little bit, like, keep going. If they're like, oh, that sounds interesting, or like, maybe. But if they're like, no, you gotta stop.
Right. Don't keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So remember something, you know, specific about them, and pay attention and go with their flow. Don't be too pushy.
Yeah, for sure.
I love that. And I would also say, you know, take it and one step further, which maybe I want to do a whole podcast on now that I'm thinking about, is if you can't remember something specific, like if you can't remember it in your head, let me just say that I am really good at this. That's why I was good as a waitress. Like, I was that waitress that wouldn't write anything down, but that's because I, like, have a little bit of, like, a photographic memory, and I don't think most people have that, okay, right? Most people can't visualize that, so I could visualize the people, write down the order. Or when, like, Sally comes in, and I'm like, oh my god, like, how's your face, and how was the wedding you went to, and how's your dog, right? We just, but after a while, it does become a memory. But if you're not like me and have slightly photographic memory, then here's what you should do. Write notes in your booking system, okay?
Client notes are there for a reason.
Notes. Like, if you are not, and honestly, when I got really busy, I would make client notes too. Like, this person's crazy. This person has rosacea. I'd write all the notes. Like, if you're not doing that, then please start today, right? Because, like, I know a lot of you are using a booking system. If you're not using a booking system, you really should, especially in 2021. There's so many, most booking systems are going to give you the option to say, like, these are the allergies and make notes. And so use that to your advantage. And then what I used to do when I had a team of estheticians, I would say, okay, every morning when you come in, you either could print it out or you could look at it on your phone and you go, okay, here's my 5 clients. Oh, this person's new, so I got to take them through the whole new process. And this client, you know, last week had a wedding, and this client, like, their dog died, and this client, like, had really bad pimples, like, and you pay attention before they come in.
Yes.
So you're prepared. And you're not like, oh, wait, what? You've seen me before?
Oh,
like,
gosh.
You know, because that, when you do that, and I've done that so many times, like, oops, like, I forgot that you'd seen me, you know, because as estheticians, we're people, we forget, and as estheticians, we're seeing a lot of people, hopefully, you know, coming in and out of our treatment room. So take notes, and then make sure you read your notes in the morning. Like, that should be one of the first steps when, like, you're setting up for your day. You go through and see all of your clients, and I promise you, this will help you in your business. I feel like sometimes I used to tell my girls and they would just, like, look at me and roll their eyes. And I'm like, no, this works. You need to be a good esthetician, but part of being a good esthetician is client relationships.
I mean, that's a big part.
I mean, it's most of it, honestly. Like, even if you're not the best esthetician in the beginning, because nobody is, you build those relationships and then you grow with your clients.
Yeah. It's a relationship.
It's a relationship. So there's a couple other things that I think you need as far as keeping a clientele, or like retaining a clientele, and then like keeping them happy and coming back. You want a referral program, you want a loyalty program, and you want, now I'm blanking on the third. What did I say? You want specials. And here's the thing with specials. I think lots of times people think specials, I'm doing quote unquote specials, need to be discounted. And when I was first doing specials, and when I was still building a clientele, or when I was still building my other estheticians clientele, sometimes I would do like a quote unquote discounted special. Maybe it's $10 less than like the signature facial. or maybe sometimes it's the same price as the signature facial, but lots of times you can do a special that's actually more, but people love a goddamn special.
Okay, wait, I have a great idea.
Tell me.
Based on our glow tip.
Yeah.
Ready? Okay, Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is all about the lips, let's be honest here, right?
Yes, honey.
So you're saying you're advertising your Valentine's Day special, complimentary, that word, you gotta throw that word in, guys.
Complimentary.
Eye and lip treatment with
Yes!
every service.
Okay, let me tell you, Haley, it's such a good idea because we literally, this is what we would do every month.
So
we would
fun.
make specials and it'd be fun for us, and I'd make fun, cute graphics, and we'd throw in like really fun but probably like not necessary things, but like why not? But an eye and lip treatment is for sure necessary. So let me tell you what I would do. I would do a lip scrub.
Okay.
Okay, then I would do a lip mask, and then you put on, with a cute applicator, lip treatment at the end.
I love that.
Ta-da! And then you do the same thing with the eyes. You're probably not scrubbing around the eyes, but you're gonna do maybe a little orbital bone massage around the eye. Then you're gonna put like some eye gels on, some eye pads, and then at the end you're gonna get that applicator and you're gonna put that eye cream on.
And it feels like $1,000,000. It probably didn't cost you much. Maybe a couple minutes in time, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's quick.
Yeah.
If you really wanted to get crazy, get one of my mini cold rollers, the Glow Skincare mini cold rollers, and roll the eye area. You could even roll the lips. The lips feel good too.
It feels so good.
You could even like put like the lip mask on and the eye mask on and then roll the mini cold roller over the mask. So
seal it in.
Seal it in. There's so many like fun options, but that's just one simple one. And I think maybe now that I'm talking out loud, maybe we start breaking down more things like this in the podcast. I think that will be really fun just to give you guys some simple ideas. And sometimes I'm almost like, this sounds too simple, but sometimes you just need to hear it from somebody else.
Yeah, well, let us know if this is interesting to you and if this is helpful. I mean, we think it is, but
yeah.
we could do this all day.
All
day.
Okay, so I kind of want to take everybody through kind of like a customer service, like start to finish. Like, not like, I don't want to be super lengthy, but like, let's just give a breakdown of like what I do with my clients.
Let's do it. Yeah.
I mean, now I'm in a different spot because it's like I have my regulars and they're like family and I hug them and then they come back and I throw them in the room. But, you know, because they're like, oh, whatever.
Yeah,
you
they're
know,
like taking their clothes off while you're standing
literally,
there.
like, they're like literally getting naked before, you know who you are.
Yeah.
They're like, can I pee with the door open?
Like,
and I'm like, sure. And, you know, I love that. That makes me so happy. But again, like, that took me many years to get to that point. And I'm not running, like, a full spa right now. If I was running a full spa, I'd be like, honey, you have to take your underwear off with the closed door. You know?
Very casual these days.
It is more casual, #COVID.
But we'll break it down for, you know, a typical day.
Yeah.
In a typical year with typical people.
Okay, so my client walks through the door. I might already be standing there, or maybe Haley's there. We greet them.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi, Susan. How are you? I'm so excited to see you. Can I get you a sparkling water, a flat water? Do you need to use the restroom before I take you back?
Right away, you want to offer them all the things.
All the things.
Because if they have to pee or they're thirsty, don't wait for them to ask.
Yeah.
That's it. Don't wait for them to ask. You want to guide them.
Guide them. Okay, and let's take it one step further. If it's a new client, when they walk through the door, don't stare at them. When they walk through the door, go, oh, hi, are you, and you look at your calendar, are you, Haley?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, you are?
It's
okay.
so nice to meet you.
It's so nice to meet you. I'm really excited that you're here. Fill out these forms. Can I get you anything to drink? The restroom's down the hall.
Was that really so hard? I don't think so.
And then say, okay, when you're finished filling out the paperwork, bring it back to me and we'll take you back. So then from there, and this goes for every client, you guide them back. You're walking them back like you're the hostess of a restaurant.
Yes.
And you open the door for them and you go, here you go. You can hang your bag behind the door. You can set your purse down here. Here's the wrap. Show them how to put it on. Top off, shoes off, top off, face up, under the covers. That was my line.
It worked.
And sometimes it's like, you know, oh, what about my jewelry? Oh, yeah, don't forget your jewelry, too. Here's your little dish for your jewelry. Don't forget it at the end, but don't worry, I'll remind you.
Yeah.
You know, and then you give them a few minutes, right? Mm-hmm. So that's, it sounds so silly, you guys, but do it. It works.
Yeah. Each little step has its own finesse to it. So you'll figure out what feels comfortable for you.
Yeah.
And your clients will thank you.
They will. And, you know, again, I've been in so many situations. I mean, I'm a pretty confident person, so, and I've been in so many spa experiences. It's like, I know what to do. Mm-hmm. But I hate when they just kind of like throw you in there and there's no communication.
What am I doing?
Yeah, what am I doing? I need communication. So I would always say, and more communication than less. And I would say this, you can really translate this into any part of your life. More communication than less, mm-hmm. right?
Yeah.
Don't leave anything for your client to question or feel uncomfortable, because lots of times, especially if they're new, they're going to feel nervous because they're about to take off their clothes and like lay down, and you're going to like slap their face around.
I mean, it's like an intimate thing.
It's a very intimate experience to get a facial or really any treatment, you know, or like facials. I think about like waxing.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. It's like very intimate. So translate these small communications into what you're doing with your clients. And this goes for if you're working for yourself, if you're running a salon or spa, or if you're working for someone else, like implement these things.
Yeah, I mean, I think as the esthetician, it's like, you know, you're doing this all day long. So to you, it doesn't feel that big of a deal, maybe.
Right.
But to them, it's like they're only doing, this could be their first facial.
Yeah.
Ever.
And they're ready to drop like $300. Give them that $300 experience.
Absolutely. Give them a $500 experience.
Heck yeah. I think, where were we saying? I think I wrote it in a blog. I was like, even if you're not working at the Four Seasons, give them that Four Seasons experience.
Yeah, because it's no sweat off your back.
It's no sweat off your back. And just like I was talking about earlier, like I'm still on the hunt for the right Botox people, because like there was no customer service in a lot of these places, and it's like I'll usually give places like 1 or 2 tries, and then I'm like on to the next, and I'm like, I just want to find my like my person.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're wondering why people aren't rebooking, take a good look at your customer service. Yes, you're gonna need to take a look at your skills too, and we're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
But take a look at your customer service. Walk them through the whole experience.
Yeah, it's so important. And you know, you get back what you put into it.
100%.
So if you're giving this person 100% of your energy and your time and your attention and your focus and really listening to them, they're going to do the same thing for you, and they're going to be looking forward to coming back to you again because they know they can expect that from you.
Right. Right. And here's the other thing, you know, people ask all the time, like how I grew a clientele or how they should grow a clientele. And it's these things, not only because they're going to come back, but let me tell you, even in 2021, referrals are life. Say it again. Referrals are life. If you give your new client an amazing experience, you know they're going to go tell their girlfriends or their boyfriends or their moms or their dads or whoever the heck they're going to start talking. It might not be the first time, but they're going to start talking, right? Oh my God, I had this amazing facial and look how good my skin looks. I mean, that is honestly how I grew the best clientele that I ever had, was word of mouth.
It works. It really does.
It works. And if you want me to give you some specifics, I always did a very simple referral program. Again, use your booking system to keep track. Lots of times booking systems will have like a referral program of their own. I did $10 off. $10 off for the person that you refer, and then the referee also gets $10 off. So everyone's winning.
Yeah, I mean, people love a good incentivification.
Yes.
Right?
Is that a word?
It is, I think. They're being rewarded, right?
Yeah.
So it's good for you, it's good for them, and it's good for their cousin, you know? Everyone wins.
Right. And especially, like, you're gonna, like, find, like Haley was saying before, if you're putting in your all, you're gonna attract a certain type of person, right? If you're putting in all your energy and your love, because let's be honest, being an esthetician, working in the beauty industry, you have to come from a place love. I think that's why we get into this industry, is because we love people, we love taking care of people, we love pampering people. Like, I think you have to have some of that in you, and that needs to translate into your services, into your customer service experience. And once you do that, they're gonna literally fall in love with you. And then, you know, that type of person who's willing to spend $300 and do all the things, they're probably going to have other friends and family who are willing to do the same.
Totally.
And then you've just built your tribe.
Mm-hmm.
So I would also say, if you're not sure like what your quote unquote tribe is, figure out
what you want.
Like. You know, visualize like your ideal client.
Mm-hmm.
What's your ideal client? I wanted like young, modern women who were like around my age, maybe a little bit older, like plus or minus like late 20s to like 40. Mm-hmm. And I wanted them to be like professionals. So I wound up having like I have a lot of lawyer clients. And they love all of the things, and they love to spend their money, and, you know, and they're great clients.
And you take good care of them.
And I take such good care of them. And I feel like especially lawyers, because they have like such a stressful job, they want to lay down and like relax, and I'll let them like chill. Like if they don't want to talk, we don't have to talk. Or if you want to gossip, we can gossip. Like we can do whatever you want. You know, that's another thing. Like you need to let the client lead the way, which we'll get into. But that was like my ideal client, right? Or like even like I loved like all my young moms. Like I had a lot of young
mm-hmm.
moms, so we were like either taking care of their skin while they were pregnant, pre, post, you know, partum. Like
mm-hmm.
I was doing it all. I love doing that because I don't know,
you just like caring for this type of woman.
I just like yes, the woman who needs to be taken care of and who probably has some extra cash to spend.
Right? Like a pregnant lawyer is perfect.
I think I had a few of those. I still do. Like I'm I'm only seeing a few clients right now because LA just opened up, and I'm like half my clients are lawyers. I think I got another one that's pregnant.
Uh-huh.
Like it's so funny.
But again, it's because you're attracting a certain kind of person. So
right.
It's just gonna
happen. So visualize or even write down your ideal client. What age are they? Are they male or female? That's another thing. Like for a while I started to get like a very, I wouldn't say a large, but like a bigger percentage of men, because I love male clients. They're such good clients, and it's fun to do their skin because it's a little bit different.
Right.
You know, so I had like, you know, a decent amount of men starting to come in, and like of all ages. And men like to spend their money too, mm-hmm. and they have no shame like giving you like a pretty good tip.
Yeah, and I mean the thing with men is the more men you get, they have men friends, right?
Yeah.
It's like, just like the same thing with women. They're
yes.
talking to each other. Guys talk too.
Oh, for sure. I remember I had this one client, God, I don't even know what happened to him, but he was like a very high-end like personal assistant. He was very good looking, and he like would invite all his very other good looking friends in for facials, or he'd like buy them gift certificates, and I was just obsessed.
Yeah.
It's like all these beautiful like male model clients coming. I'm like, this is great. I mean, I'm not, you know, they probably weren't interested in me, and I wasn't really interested in them, but it was just like fun to have like those types of clients.
It's a different face to look at.
It's a different face to look at, and you know, that's the other thing. I think some people like to specialize in like one type of thing, right? Like I want to focus on acne or massage or pigmentation or, you know, anti-aging, but I was always the type of person like I wanted like a little bit of everything because it just like spiced up my day.
Yeah, it kept it interesting for you.
Yeah.
So it's like that was better suited for you.
Right.
And that's why you had kind of like an assortment of different people.
And I'm an eclectic person,
mm-hmm.
so I had an eclectic clientele, which makes sense.
It does.
So decide if that's what you want, try it out. That's the other cool thing. You can like try things out. If you don't like it, you could stop doing it, you
totally.
know? You can even decide like, you know, you can decide everything. That's the cool thing about being an esthetician. Like you can go in any direction that you want. It
is amazing. Okay, so now should we talk about a little bit about what happens like once your client leaves?
Yeah.
Like all the follow-up stuff.
Yeah, let's talk about it, Haley.
Okay, so what are you doing to connect with them again?
Okay, so I have one thing before we even get to that point.
Yeah.
Because we're going to do the loyalty cards. So remember last year?
Yes.
When we were trying to grow the girls' clientele, we decided to make the Glow Club. First off.
Adorable name.
Adorable name.
You can use it.
You can use it too, for sure. And the cards are so freaking cute.
Mm-hmm.
They're so cute. Haley made these cards, and we got a custom-made stamp on Amazon. This is all in my Amazon shop, by the way. If you go to my website, glowskincarela.com, then you're going to go to Shop Amazon, and it should be under, like, Glow Skincare Decor. You can literally customize a stamp, and it's not expensive. Haley's had our say Glow Club.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you stamp it, and it just says that, and it's, you know, it's like a point system. Like
yes.
The closest thing I can, like, relate it to is, like, when you get frozen yogurt, and you have, like, a stamp card. Like,
yes.
It's the same concept.
It is. So what we were doing, again, to grow my girls' clientele, and I wound up doing it, like, I gave it to some of my clients. I didn't give it to all of them, I think. No, I think I gave it to most. I was like, that's the other thing. You don't have to give it to everyone. You can only give it to the people you like.
Yes.
If there's a client that comes in and you're not interested in, like, furthering your relationship with them, you don't have to incentivize them to come back. That's another thing, which we'll get into, I think.
Yeah.
But so for us, we would do one stamp per facial, and I think after 10 facials, I think with the girls, they were getting one for free. So it wound up, if you do the math, it's like 10% off. You could also do it like 50% off, or you could do it for like, get a free upgrade. So use it however you want.
Literally however you want.
Yeah, but it's fun, you know?
And people like it. Like,
people love it.
When people would come back, you know, the second, third, fifth, whatever, and they pull out their little card, they're like so stoked to get their stamp, and it's just like a little moment, and it feels exciting and fun, and it's good.
It is good. Okay, so once you've told them about the referral program, if you like them, you've given them the Glow Club card, if you like them and you want to continue the relationship, then what are you going to do, Haley?
Well, you need to book them.
Yes.
If they want that, and you want that.
So, I mean, when they're leaving, when I'm checking them out, I'm like, I would always just be like, okay, you want to come back in 4 weeks? Do you want to do the same thing? And most of the time they'd say, yeah. I mean, I was at the point, you know, where I'd be like, I think you need to book out your next 2 facials because I'm so busy, and my clients would. Again, you can build up to that, but always, 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 always try and pre-book.
Yeah, I think that's best. I mean, half the time, the clients are like half asleep after their facial, so they just want to be told what to do.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm booking you again in 3 weeks. We'll put you down for the microdermabrasion again because you did really well with that and your skin reacted well.
Yeah.
We can always change your appointment later on, but let's stick with that for now. And they're
right.
like, cool, like, thank you, I love you.
Yeah, and that's another thing I would always say. They're like, what do you think I should book? I'm like, book the Hydroderm. That blocks out the time. We'll reevaluate your skin when you come in 4 weeks, you know? Because you don't know what their skin's going to look better, worse. You don't know what they're going to do. I mean, hopefully you do know what they're going to do at home, and you've sold them retail as well. But, yeah. Pre-book that appointment. And then if they're a new client, if they're a first-time client, hopefully on that intake form you got their mailing address. And again, what I recommend to do, especially if you're a newer esthetician building a clientele and you have the time, you're going to write a thank you card to every one of those new clients. Haley and I used to print really cute, we actually still do, really cute postcards on Vistaprint.
Yes.
And we'd write a handwritten thank you card.
Yeah, and people love to get something in the mail.
Love.
And then also, little tip to tie in what we talked about earlier, go into your client notes if you can't remember because it's been a week since you saw them. Oh, Sally's dog just had puppies. We're going to say, hey Sally, hope your skin's doing great. Hope the puppies are fluffy as ever, and
can't wait to
see you in a couple weeks.
Exactly, and they're gonna go, "Oh my God, that's so sweet!" or you say, "I hope your level 1 peel went well. Call me if you have any questions. We can't wait to see you for your second peel." Yeah,
it's making yourself available to them.
Yes.
It's letting them know you're thinking about them.
Yes.
Like, who doesn't want to be thought about?
For sure.
It feels good.
Yeah, and who doesn't want like a cute postcard coming in the mail?
Everyone wants it.
And it doesn't take a lot of time. It doesn't cost a lot of money. And again, like I said, everybody loves that. So thank you cards are a thing of the past, but they shouldn't be.
No,
you can also do a thank you email, But I really, really, really believe that the card is something extra special.
I agree.
And so if you're saying, well, I don't have time to do this, I guarantee you that you have time. If you have like a block in your schedule where maybe there wasn't a facial that was booked, sit down for that 30, 40, 50 minutes and bust out a couple of thank you cards.
Yeah, just write as many as you can in that time, and you can go back and look, from last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So there you go.
Prioritize that, though.
Prioritize. And if they haven't booked, you could also say, like, call us here to book, or here's the link to book.
Mm-hmm.
You need repetition. Just from like a sales point, right? Since estheticians, we do have to be salespeople. It's really funny because I literally I used to hate sales. I hated like car salesman types of sales. But it doesn't have to look like that.
No.
For a long time, I just thought, well, that's how it is. It's like a pushy salesman. But the thing is, it's like you just want to actually help people, guide people, and they need a little bit of repetition. What is it? Like it takes 7 times for people to see something before they take action on it.
Yeah, and probably even more than that now with how, we're just infiltrated with so much stuff these days,
Yeah, it's just like facial, or just Instagram, just like everything, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you need to see it a few times before you're ready to pull the trigger.
Totally.
And then once they've pulled the trigger, hopefully with you to book a facial, you need to keep them.
Yeah.
So.
But I feel like that's a whole nother.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. I feel like the way that we're talking already, we have 25 spin-off episodes just from this.
There's a lot that goes into this, though, and years of practice and fine-tuning and perfecting and all of that.
Yeah. And it takes time. And it takes patience, and it also takes, willing to look at yourself, willing to look at your business, or even if it's not your business, look at everything from an outside perspective, because I'm gonna go back to my bad Botox experience. I was telling Haley yesterday, it's like I walked in, there was still a kind of half dead Christmas tree. The place was kind of a mess, and I think the doctor's dry cleaning was hanging on the back of the front door. And that was do they think this is okay?
They must.
And it's terrifying to me. So, and this isn't to talk bad on anybody, but I'm saying just pay attention to what you're doing. Make sure that you look clean and professional, that your room looks clean and professional, right? That the whole studio does.
Yeah.
And if you're going to call me and say, Kasey, I'm working for someone and it's not like that, you know what I'm going to tell you? Go find another job. Because I get questions about that all the time. I don't like where I'm working. I don't like the services. I don't like the skincare. I don't like my boss, whatever it may be. And I'm like, then leave.
Yeah, move on.
Move on and find the right place. I think that's another reason lots of times estheticians will go solo too soon is because they can't, they didn't like a job. So they just think, okay, I gotta go solo. And if you're really passionate about going solo, then I say do it. Know that it comes with a lot more responsibilities if you're gonna do it the right way. And if you know me, I'm gonna tell you, please do it the right way from the beginning, because you'll thank yourself later, like I have. It's like I always had a website, I always had insurance, I always covered my ass. Please cover your ass. And your toes.
Yes. That's funny. That's so true. Listen to last week's episode if you want to know what we're talking about.
I think that was the first.
Oh, the first one. It was.
I think so.
Which also came out last week.
Oh yeah, it did. So yeah.
I think that's a lot.
I'm going to tell you one more time that you need to have a referral program, you need to have a loyalty program, and you need to do a thank you card. Why do I keep forgetting the third one? Now it's the fourth one.
Because we keep adding stuff and then we're confusing ourselves. I'm like, wait, are we repeating? I mean, you're wrapping it up, and now I'm totally drawing a blank too.
We're drawing blanks, guys, but we just talked a lot. So, referral program, loyalty program, and specials.
Yes.
And try out our special.
Yeah, the eye and the lip.
The eye and the lip.
Yeah.
So
it's our tip and it's special.
It's February, it's Valentine's Day, add an eye and lip treatment, add it complimentary, or add it to your service menu, or do both. You know, what I used to always do when I was like adding something